They just basically have to say, okay, look at, there's two things that I think that they have to do in relationship to that is they have to be willing to suffer other people's, chaffing at them and etc. It reminds me of the allegory of the cave in Plato, where the people in the cave see these projections and think that's reality, and that's not even reality. Reality is outside. So the guy tries to drag him outside, and they're chaffing with him the whole way they're dragging him outside. And even if they get outside and they see the truth, they want to go back to this, right? It's the same kind of a thing that you see here. They're going to chaff at you. So you just have to stay the course and be willing to tell the truth. The second thing is we have to be willing to wield the axe. And by that, I mean, we have to be willing to clear the deck. I don't care. I'm more concerned that you know the truth than your emotions are hurt. We have to stop allowing people to follow their emotions. We have to stop following our own emotions in relationship. We have to be willing to follow reason. Now, it doesn't mean you go around just being obnoxious, but it means that we have to be willing to fight with people. And if they just say, well, I'm offended, well, it's tough. That's just life. That's just reality. If you want to know the truth, you're willing to follow the truth. And the other side of it is the hypocrisy of it all. We have to recognize that when we give into these people, we're giving into their hypocrisy. Because these people say, well, you're offensive to me. What you believe is offensive to me. Well, so is what you believe. So we just have to say, okay, well, then what we have to do is we have to be willing to fight the truth, fight for the truth, be willing to take the beating for it in order to actually achieve in order to clear the deck. Now, there's one reason why I tell people they have to be willing to do this. Have you ever noticed that nobody will talk about something, nobody will say anything until one guy gets up there and says, this is a bunch of bunk and here's why. But it breaks the ice. And then from there, it becomes a legitimate topic of discussion and people can actually start talking about it. But that's what we have to be willing to do. We have to be willing to break the ice or wield the axe in relationship to this, because it's once the truth gets out there, then it starts dispelling the darkness and people start seeing it, and people that are normally of goodwill will start signing off to it and say, yeah, I actually believe that. So, I mean, we actually see this even, just recently, even just politically, you were never allowed to talk or mention Christianity or whatsoever. But now once it's started to talk about it, now a lot of people are talking about it. So it's that one guy's got to break the ice. And so people have to be willing to be that one guy. But I tell guys, you may or may not be that guy. You have to make sure, A, that you have the virtue to do it, to sustain the beating. And you also have to be the guy that knows what he's talking about. And don't presume you know. You got to really know.